This is a story about being naive, not knowing when to say no, and petty revenge. I was 21 at the time and my boyfriend was 26. His name was Gabriel, but everyone called him Gabe. He hated that. I always tried to call him Gabriel. Everything had been going good for the first 6 months. He was the first man that I've ever been with that actually had a job, a car, and an apartment. It was kind of crazy. He seemed so grown up and he was only 2 years older than me. Gabriel was sweet and kind and nice to me and funny. I was really happy with him. I liked him so much that I had a new job and they invited me to a party. I decided that I wanted to bring him to the party so he can meet my coworkers and some friends. Gabriel was always so good to people and kind. He never was mean to servers or cashiers. First he seemed excited to go with me, but as the day came closer he started to get a little bit nervous and anxious. I asked him why he was nervous, as I could see it, and he just said he doesn't like to be in large groups. I understood that and told him he didn't need to go, but he insisted. I think Gabriel wanted to prove to me that he can do these types of things. A few weeks passed and it was the day of the party. Gabriel bought a 30-pack of beer and a bottle of tequila. I thought that was very excessive as there are only going to be 10 to 15 people there, but he assured me that that's what we'll need. If everyone has a couple beers, then that's it. We finished the 30-pack. The tequila is to give us a boost throughout the night. I was starting to get a bit scared, but I trusted him. We got into the party. It was at a very fancy apartment complex. It was on the 2nd floor and had a balcony looking over the road. I met with my friend and all my coworkers and introduced Gabriel. Everyone was nice, but he was being very quiet. I just figured he was shy. Everyone brought liquor and beer. There were probably 200 drinks there for 15 people. I don't drink and neither do a few of my coworkers, so I knew we would have something to take home. The first thing Gabriel did after he said hello was crack open his beer. He started going one after another at an alarming rate. A few hours had passed and he had already drunk 15 beers and had a few shots. He had started getting very rowdy and loud. Honestly, he was embarrassing me. There were 5 other guys there and none of them were drinking as much as Gabriel. They seemed to like him though, as he was making them all laugh. I figured, I guess it's just a guy thing, so I let him do his thing. Fast forward another couple hours and that's when things started to take a turn for the worst. I looked back at the 30-pack and it was gone. I asked a few of my friends if they'd had any and all of them said nope. It was just Gabriel drinking that certain beer. Gabriel and a few of the guys were outside on the balcony smoking cigarettes and laughing. He came in from the balcony to go to the bathroom and there was music playing and he started dancing, being very obnoxious, and almost started grinding on one of my friends. I got in between them and told him to just relax and that we should go home soon. He didn't want to. Gabriel went to the bathroom, stumbled back and started shouting very loudly, asking questions to everybody, taking more shots, telling other people to take shots, started shaking his ass and wanted girls to shake theirs. Gabriel was absolutely plastered. This is where I think I made my main mistake. I was new to having this kind of experience, and I called him out in front of a group of about 7 people, telling him to stop being so loud and fucking obnoxious and rude, and that he's being an asshole. The music was playing, but everyone heard that I was yelling at Gabriel. The guys came in from the balcony and told us that they should take this to the balcony. We went out to the balcony and I couldn't control myself. I kept yelling at him, telling him that he is embarrassing me, that he's being an asshole, a jerk, and being rude. He's being mean to my friends and almost grabbing them. He said he was sorry and sat down on one of the patio furniture on the balcony. Again, I am naive and I continued to berate him. Gabriel was sitting there in a stupor listening to all of my negative comments. In hindsight, I handled the situation poorly as I kept cursing at him. I just couldn't control myself. It was so embarrassing what he had done to me. He told me to stop calling him names. I continued, and that is when he slapped me right across the face. I felt a shock in my body and I felt paralyzed. I had never been slapped in the face. Instantly he said he was sorry and seemed to come back to life a bit. I was still in shock and he started kissing me. Again, me being so naive, I kissed him back. I said it was okay, and right there on the balcony I lifted up my skirt, pulled out his cock and started to ride him on the patio furniture. I had no idea what I was doing. I felt like I had to have sex with him. He was completely going in and out of consciousness, and I'm sure some of my friends saw me having sex with him out on the balcony. After Gabriel finished, I popped off and there he was passed out. His pants around his ankles and his wet dick sloped over as he was leaning on the chair completely unconscious. I felt like I didn't want to have sex with him, but at the same time I did. He was unconscious. Did he feel that he wanted to? He was so drunk I don't think he would care. I don't know why I did that. To this day, I still don't know why I had sex with him in front of my coworkers. Ashamed, I walked into the party room and thankfully the blinds were mostly closed. I talked to my coworkers and then they said, "Where is Gabriel?" This is where I got my revenge. I wanted him to feel embarrassed just as he embarrassed me. I grouped everyone together and I told them to come outside to see something funny. I was trying to hide my feelings of disgust, feeling violated and hit. I walked everyone out on the balcony and there we saw him. I told everyone that he started jerking off and passed out. I didn't care if they believed me or not. Everyone saw Gabriel with his cock out dripping, pants around his ankles, drool coming from his mouth, snoring, and everyone started to laugh. People took photos and videos and were laughing at him. One of the guys grabbed a blanket and covered him. Everyone went back inside, and I didn't know what to do, so I went to bed as it was 2:00 a.m. and left him outside. The next day he woke up and he said he felt so terrible in the head, but couldn't remember anything from last night. I told him everything was fine, and to this day I have never told him what happened. We broke up a few weeks later, and now he is working as a government official.